And just allow the awareness to pull from the external world to the internal world. Allow the senses to withdraw from being hooked into the sights and the sounds of the world around you. Pull them inward and allow those senses to turn to the world within. Allow yourself to fully arrive. Your body is here, but allow the focus, the attention, the awareness. Allow it to arrive as well. And draw that awareness to your breath. Don't try to change the breath, but just allow that awareness to merge into it as it flows in and flows out in an unbroken wave of prana, like a wave on the ocean coming in and then going back. Coming in and receding back to the ocean. Just let that awareness merge fully into the breath. If the mind wanders, just bring it back. Don't yell at yourself. Don't tell a story. Just gently bring the awareness back to the breath. You can add a gentle mantra to it if you like. You can add the mantra of so hum, chanting to yourself gently, so. On the inhalations, and chanting silently to yourself, hum. On the exhalations, so hum means I am that. I am one with the universe. I am one with the Creator and one with the creation. I am that. So hum. Slowly and gently, bring the palms of your hands together at chest level and rub them gently against each other. Press the palms of your hands into your closed eyes. Lower your hands and open your eyes. Welcome to Satsang. How can I live in gratitude? I'm grateful for a lot of stuff, but I'm not at the point that I can say I'm grateful for the air I breathe, or for a baby's laughter, or for a sunrise. I find myself only grateful for the big stuff, like my house and my car. So gratitude practice is, to me, one of the most powerful, easy ways of connecting with the divine, with ourselves, with joy, with peace, with love. And so I'm always a very big advocate for gratitude practices. The big things are easy. Having a vehicle, great. If you didn't have one, you'd have to walk. Having a house, absolutely. What a beautiful thing to be grateful for. I mean, there's so many people who don't have homes. It's easy to be grateful for our loved ones, people in our lives we love, to be grateful for our opportunities. But ultimately, the goal is to be grateful for as much as we can, because it's hard to sustain gratitude for one thing all day long. Like, yeah, I'm really happy I have a house, but that may not be able to sustain my gratitude all day long. And that's why it's really good to have a variety, to have the ability to be spontaneously grateful. Because to simply carry your gratitude for your house all day long is going to start to feel very repetitive, and it's probably going to lose some of that depth. A really beautiful way to practice gratitude is wherever you are. Every minute, can you be grateful of something right there? The air that we breathe is a huge one. And if you can't be grateful for it, just ask a friend to hold your head underwater for just long enough until you think you're about to pass out, and then let you up, and see whether you don't develop some gratitude for having air to breathe. There's actually a great story about that of a seeker in a monastery, an ashram, a retreat center, and he goes to the master and he says, I want God, but I'm not really experiencing it. You know, when we meditate, my mind wanders. I know that I should be connecting to God, but every time I close my eyes, mind wanders, and it's not happening. I'm not connecting with God. And the master takes him down to the river and literally holds his head underwater. And first the guy thinks it's some kind of ritual. And then he starts to think my guru's trying to kill me, because literally he's not letting his head up. And just before the guy passes out, the master pulls his head up. And the master says to him, so what were you thinking about down there? And the guy says, thinking about? I was dying to breathe. And the master says, did your mind wander? The guy's like, mind wander? Of course not. I thought I was going to die. And the master said, when you want God as much as you wanted a breath, your mind will stop wandering. So I love that story for so many reasons. But going back to gratitude, whatever you're having difficulty feeling grateful for, just deprive yourself of it. Not able to generate the appropriate gratitude for the meal in front of you? Fast for 24 hours. See how grateful you are when you break your fast. Not feeling so grateful for the air? Hold your breath underwater. Not feeling grateful for the water that comes out of our taps? I mean, that's a huge one. So many people in this world don't have access to water at all. I mean, here in the Himalayas, Just drive up a little ways and you'll see on the road women walking for hours to get a bucket full of water from the nearby hand pump. There's cities in India where the only way people get water is a tanker comes into town. Once a day, once every 2 days, once every 3 days, and they fill up buckets. So, one of the ways of generating gratitude, if it does not come easily, is just deprive yourself of that. If you're not able to generate gratitude, deep gratitude for your loved ones, just take a moment and imagine what your life would be like without them. Imagine that you got a phone call that they'd been in an accident and were about to pass away. Don't hold that too long. It'll turn into depression and misery, but just for that moment. And then when you come out and you realize, oh my God, they're still alive and they're healthy and there was no accident. It's an automatic gratitude producer. And in terms of a sunrise or a baby's smile, to me these are just beautiful examples of divine creation. And so when you love God, you're able to love all of these elements of the creation. It's like if you've got a child, a young child, and that young child gives you a piece of paper that they've scribbled all over it. And it's illegible. I mean, it's nothing. It's a 2-year-old scribbles. But if you love that kid, you're going to take that piece of paper of scribbles and you're going to stick it up on the fridge and you're going to take a picture and post it on social media for all your friends to see. Because you love the creator of that paper of scribbles. And in the same way, if we love God and are grateful for God's presence in our life, then we start to see everything, a flower, a tree, a sunrise, a sunset, the stars in the sky, the smile of a baby as we, stand in line at a checkout counter and it's a baby in a stroller in front of us or behind us, or a baby in someone else's arms. But it just immediately reconnects us to that gratitude to the divine. Whatever name you use, it doesn't matter. Whatever your spiritual path may be, it doesn't matter. But that divine creator. So work on being grateful to the creator. And then you'll find it's a lot easier to be grateful for the creation. But gratitude it's an incredible practice. And it's something that I would really recommend everyone start and end their days with. It doesn't need to take more than just a couple of minutes. Just lying in bed. When you wake up in the morning, think of 5 things you're grateful for. Did your eyes open? Well, that's something to be grateful for. Think of how many people's eyes didn't open that morning. Or how many people's eyes open but they can't see out of them. Do you have legs that can carry you to the bathroom? What a beautiful thing to be grateful for. How many don't? We've seen over the last few days here our beautiful young women with prosthetic limbs. Girls who lost their limbs and now are dancing on prosthetics. Such joy, such gratitude, such vibrancy. But they had to overcome a lot. So many of us are not able to dance on the actual limbs that we've got, healthy, strong limbs, because we're not quite grateful enough for them. So just go basic. You don't have to think of, some really esoteric thing to be grateful for. Is there a blanket over you? Does your roof not leak? Right? So much to be grateful for. Just as you lie in bed in the morning. And then again at the end of the day. Did someone smile at you? Did someone do anything for you? Hold open a door, hand you a glass of water. Do anything for you. Did you do anything for someone? Were you able? Were you able and blessed to be able to serve in some way? A big way, a small way, a noticed way, an unnoticed way, an appreciated way, an unappreciated way. Doesn't matter. But were you able to serve? So many things to be grateful for. So just expand your creativity. And you'll find them. If you can't generate gratitude for a sunrise yet, no problem. There's so many other things to generate it for. You already said you're grateful for your car. Well, are you grateful to have enough money to put gas in it? You're grateful for your house already. Well, are you grateful for the people you share that house with? Are you grateful for the food in the fridge of that house? For the water running through the pipes of that house? For your ability to open your house's door to others, to friends, to loved ones, to people in need? So just start with wherever you are and expand creatively. Questions?
Hi, hello. My question is, in a world with so many possibilities, how can we choose the best way to live?
Yes. That burden of abundance, right? Again, something to be so grateful for. We've got so many choices. Think about how many people don't have so many choices. Whether it's a choice of what job to have, a choice of where to live, a choice of who to marry or to marry at all. So many choices we have. The best way to choose is to develop an awareness of who you are. Because all of the choices seem almost random until we know who we are. Right? I could be this, I could be that, I could do this, I could do that. So many, unlimited. And if I don't know who I am, then it becomes almost like eeny, meeny, miny, moe, tossing up a coin what to do. But if we know who we are, if we have the ability to connect with our dharma, our right path, you can think of it like the dharma of fire is to burn. The dharma of water is to wet. So what is your dharma? Beyond your body, beyond your roles, beyond that which the culture and society has told you based on your color, your race, your religion, your socioeconomic status, aside from all that, Who are you really? Meditate on it. It's the age-old, perennial, perfect question of path of Advaita Vedanta, path of Jnana Yoga. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? And yes, ultimately, eventually, that answer is going to be an experience of soul. But along the way, you get some really good clarity of who you are. And it may begin by who you're not. Okay, I'm not quite the social butterfly that I'm pretending to be. Okay, I know that I'm good at math, but I'm really not meant to be an engineer. Okay, I know this person really likes me, but I don't really think that my destiny is with him or her. These truths start to arise as you get quiet and go within. So just meditate on it. And also realize that there isn't really a wrong answer. Because in many cases, our dharma is not something that gets fulfilled or not fulfilled based on our career. A lot of people have careers just to put food on the table, support their family. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe your calling is to be an artist or a musician. But you're not getting paid to do that, and it doesn't look like you're going to get paid to do that any time in the future. So you have a job, whatever it may be. As long as it's not harming the planet or taking advantage of other people or taking advantage of you. You do that, put food on the table. Do your art, do your music in your free time. Choose a job that gives you free time. So don't worry about what to do as in, I have to find the perfect job or career. It may be for you, and it is for many, just really a way of having a house, of having a car, of having food on the table, of sending your kids to school. And your whole purpose, your dharma, may be something completely unrelated to your profession. But don't stop living waiting for it to just fall in your lap. Right here, right now. Make the best choice for right here, right now, based on what you know of yourself. And then you walk that path for a while. And maybe along that path, new doors open. Because you're keeping your heart open. You're keeping your mind open. You're keeping yourself open to the signal of the universe, to the sign of the universe, telling you, go through this door. And then you do. And then you discover you're on a completely different path. And then you walk that. And maybe it turns out that is your ultimate path. Or maybe it turns out that that was just a stepping stone. Or it was just something to get you someplace. And then another door opens. So there isn't an equation to know which one to choose. The best way is understanding the self. And when you know the self, then what to do starts to become a lot more apparent, a lot more clear. And then just start putting one foot in front of the other in the way that makes the most sense, that's available to you, that's accessible to you, that's in alignment with how you understand yourself today. I mean, if I look at my life path, the number of different paths that I walked down at different times in my life based on what I knew about myself at that time. But then later I was able to look and realize, oh, I had no idea. But okay, that's all right, because that got me here. Or that got me to this, and that got me here. So there's no mistaken path as long as you are open in it. And you are open to the sign, the call, the signal of the universe, showing you yourself and telling you how to move. My favorite example that I always give is the caterpillar, right? I mean, it begins its life essentially like a millipede, like an earthworm, on the ground, sliming along. But then it gets a signal from the universe that says, climb the tree. Go out on a branch, weave a cocoon. Then burst out of the cocoon and fly. Now, as a caterpillar on the ground, looking at the earthworm or the millipede, it wasn't thinking, I'm so much better than these guys. Just you wait. Just you wait. I'm going to be that butterfly. It doesn't know. I don't think it knows anyway. It's doing its thing based on what it knows in that moment. But it's open so that when the sign comes, the signal comes, it follows it and thus becomes the butterfly. So we move along to the very best of our abilities. Open hearts, open mind, anchored, grounded in an ever-expanding awareness of ourself. We meditate on it. We contemplate on it. In eyes closed, seated meditation, and also as we move through the day. Is this in alignment with me? Who am I? Who am I? And the choices they'll emerge. But as long as you are there, whatever choice you make, it can turn out to be the right one. Beautiful. Other questions?
Please suggest for normal aging how to maintain and improve memory power.
How to maintain and improve our memory as we age. So the first part is physical health. There's a lot of research showing that the same things that keep us healthy in our physical body are actually the same thing that keep our brain healthy. Getting enough sleep, drinking enough water, getting exercise. These are standard, go to any doctor, any practitioner anywhere in the world, go to Dr. Google. I mean, this is not rocket science. Get enough sleep, drink enough water, eat healthy food, and get exercise. But it turns out that these same things are actually very, very protective of our brain. Dehydration, as we age, is one of the greatest causes of so many of the ailments that we actually suffer from as we age, that we attribute to just age-related decline. But if we were properly hydrated, we wouldn't have so much decline. We know that exercise brings a lot of oxygen, a great flow of oxygen in the body to the brain. There's lots and lots of studies showing that people who exercise have a much lower likelihood of losing memory, losing cognition. Eating healthy food, getting your vitamins and minerals. I mean, the neurons in our brain are made up of the same stuff, essentially, as the cells of our body. There's also this myelin sheath over them. But the cells themselves, the neurotransmitters in the cells, the brain matter, is made up of the same stuff that the rest of our body is made up of. And it needs the same vitamins, the same minerals, the same nutrients that the rest of our body needs. Yes, there's certain superfoods that they say are great for the brain. There's research of certain different types of fruit, certain types of nuts. But in general, from what I've seen, if you eat a really healthy diet, you're going to get all of those vitamins and minerals. You don't have to necessarily go out of your way and make sure that you've got, bowls of blueberries every day. Or if you live somewhere where they grow, great, eat them. They're wonderful. But there's lots and lots and lots of vibrant people living over 100 in lots of areas of the world where they don't grow blueberries. So as long as you're eating a healthy, balanced diet, getting vitamins, getting minerals, your body's healthy and your brain's healthy. Now, there's other practices beyond that our beautiful Indian tradition gives us. Pranayama, yoga, fantastic practices to keep that energy flowing through the body into the brain. Meditation, because meditation on just a purely physiologic level lowers our stress. The more stressed we are on a mental level, literally the more stress we give to our body and our brain. And when you're stressed, it's very hard to remember anything. It's why so many kids end up studying really hard, knowing their material, and then failing exams. They knew it, but they were so stressed. It's why kids freeze up in exam halls. Because stress significantly diminishes our ability to think. And so meditation, aside from all of the spiritual benefits, it lowers our stress level. They also say, learning new things, learn a new language, learn new mantras, learn things. Pick up a subject that you've never studied before, learn it. Is there anything you're interested in that you don't already know about? Learn it. Basically, staying active in the brain. From all of what I've read, all of what I've learned, staying active in the brain is the best way to protect it. In the same way that staying active in the body is the best way to protect the body. There's also a beautiful Ayurvedic herb called Brahmi that they say is really, really, really good for the brain. I haven't seen any kind of actual scientific studies. There may be, I just haven't seen them. But I've heard from a couple of different sources that taking the herb Brahmi is actually very good for brain protection. And I'm sure that someone with a background in Ayurveda or a background in homeopathy or in naturopathy could probably give you very, very specific more things that you can do. But these are all very, very, very powerful ways to keep the body healthy and the brain healthy. Beautiful. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. A beautiful morning and day to our family joining us from all over the world through this gift of technology. And I look so forward to seeing you all tomorrow. So much love to you all.